Hey guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness here on magnificent Monday here in Connecticut. Guys, this is the most beautiful day of the year. The sun is out. It's going to get up into the 70s. The color in the trees here in New England is glorious. Glorious. Can't wait to get back out. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Vacchiano. All you need are high C's on all your trumpets. Something to be said for that. All right? Anyway, let me see if I've got high C's on the trumpet, and we'll take it from there. Got a little bit in reserve on the B-flat trumpet. An octave to be exact. Anyway. C trumpet. My combination Yamaha D E-flat trumpet, which is in E-flat at the moment. Okay. And, of course, Shilky pick for all the Bach works. There's the high C. For all the Bach works. Anyway, we spend a lot of time talking about range. Needless to say, I was enamored with it. He thought way too much. And looking back on it, probably for the orchestral stuff, he was right. He was right. But, you know, the old Manus College of Music building up on the Upper East Side, East 74th Street, you could hear every note everybody played. And he would hear me practicing. Salmon, what are you doing that for? You're just wasting your time. What are you doing that for? Well, I want the whole enchilada, Mr. Vacchiano. I really do. Salmoni, all you need is a high C on all your trumpets. Something to be said for that. Now, he rarely played B-flat trumpet. I'm not sure if I actually heard him play B-flat trumpet more than once or twice. Many times he was just borrowing my B-flat trumpet. He would come to the lesson every single day with a trumpet, and he made it a point to play. He says, Salmon, I walk in these buildings, and all I hear is racket. Where else are you going to hear a great trumpet sound? And he would make it a point to play at every single lesson. Not necessarily a big deal, but demonstrate excerpts and all that sort of stuff. He did that. Something to be said for that also. I know the guys today, the young guys today that are coming up, have no idea what a great trumpet sound is. It's so convoluted. Anyway, back to Bill. High C's on all trumpet. Now, he played for the first part of his career, which was not me. I was not privy to all that. He played primarily C trumpet. Warm up, I mean, basically that's the only trumpet he would carry with him was the C trumpet, okay? And he had a good, solid high C on the C trumpet, which covers everything. Covered all the Mahler, a little bit of the Strauss. Now we'll get to that in a minute, okay? But really, that's all you needed. Now, especially at that time, the repertoire was not as nouveau, for lack of a better term, as it is now. Heavy on Beethoven. Mahler was the new kid on the block, and you know, they did a lot of the Mahler cycling, but primarily it was C trumpet. Now, towards the end of his career, And that's where I came in. He did, guys, he did most anything, almost everything on the D trumpet. Okay? Now remember, he was using these bathtub box, okay, to get the big, rich Germanic sound. And in order to make it sound, he had to get the compression, he had to use the smaller trumpets. Now, he was not getting the compression in his chops. He was getting the compression via the trumpet. And he came right out and said that. Okay? Now, when I heard him, he was primarily playing the D trumpet. It was a Bach medium large. And with a big mouthpiece, man, he made that sucker dance. Oh, he could play that D trumpet, man. And many of his Mahler and whatnot was on a D trumpet. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. And he sounded incredible. Mahler 7th, up to those high Ds. B flats on the B trumpet. Bum, 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 ba-dum, B flat, dum. I mean, he owned it. He owned it. Now, that was the D trumpet. He had just a straight D trumpet. I have the combination Yamaha. And obviously the high C, now the high C on the D trumpet, for those that don't transpose, is an E above high C. And he could kill that. He could kill that high C on the D trumpet, and that was his reserve. Now, even towards the end of his career, he was having a lot of his students play E flat trumpet. Okay? He was even urging Mel to do it. Ralphie, I don't know. Anyway, but the E flat trumpet, the high C, gives you the F above high C. And guys, for the main literature, that's all you need. That's all you need. Okay? Now, the Bach and the high clarino horn parts. Now, again, for handle and all that sort of stuff, a high C on the A pick, you're in pretty good shape. Now, you have to go higher than that. Now, if you can play a high C on the D trumpet, then the F on the A pick is a piece of cake. Okay? So, technically, the F on the A pick is the same as the high C on the D trumpet. Now, he did most of those Bach works. I told you many times, he abhorred the piccolo trumpet. And that's for a different video. In a lot of ways back then, the piccolos back then that he was talking about, they stunk. And I can understand what he was saying. Today, they're beautiful horns. Okay? Anyway, he did the bulk of the Bach stuff on the D trumpet. Okay? Which, except for a couple things, B minor mass, or was it Christmas oratorio, goes up to the D on the C trumpet, he could do that. He could do that. And if he didn't, Nat Prager or Johnny Ware could. I mean, he was covered. He was covered. And I agree with him completely. Now, I wanted the whole thing. I wanted to play first trumpet in the New York, in the Met. That was my dream job. And I wanted to play Maynard Ferguson solos like Mel Brooks. He had no use for anything other than the orchestra. And why should he? He was the best there ever was at combination, teaching, and playing. Best there ever was. Herseth couldn't teach. Great jobs, couldn't teach. Anyway, you guys that covet the orchestral career. Now, I just like the peace of mind to know that anything in the orchestral repertoire, I have so much in reserve. Okay? Plus, like Herb Smith, I can go out and play lead with Tom Jones anytime I want to. That is what I wanted. I want the whole enchilada. But if orchestral is it, guys, that works. If you can play a real good high C on the E flat trumpet, you're covered. You're covered. Anyway, Magnificent Monday. Guys, I got to get out. I'm sorry I'm cutting you off. Eat and drink fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Love you all.